Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled Pretty Black Women Will Always Love Toxic and Abusive Men. Let's get right into it.
I did a video on why good guys are boring. I think it's only fair I do a video on why girls love bad boys. It's the charm. Bad boys are very charming, extremely charming, and they know women inside and out. Like, it's always the bad guys that be knowing exactly how to talk to you and exactly how to move with you. And bad boys honestly give you a challenge. Like, as much as people want to say, oh, it's toxic and this and that, like, there's a certain level where, like, I feel like your partner should be able to challenge you. And I must admit, like, who doesn't love a good chase? Like, I think healthy chase is not so terrible. I don't think you should give everything all at once. That's what makes the relationship boring, when you dump everything all at the beginning. But I also have to admit, it's ego. I think the more someone shows you that they don't want you, the more you want them. That goes for men and women. I don't know, there's just something about bad boys. It's like they know how to show you the right amount of what you need. But they're just damn right players. They're no good.
You know, it's funny she says that because women would rationalize any behavior they tend to find attractive, no matter what it is. Oh, bad boys, they're just more charming. Are they really? You know, and it's funny to me because this is why men, we can't show up as good guys, as nice men, as gentlemen. We can't even show up that way because we get punished for it. Like, every time I'm nice to girls, I always get punished for it. So therefore, honestly, the better choice is just to be quote unquote toxic, right? You know, text her back late. You know what I'm saying? Ignore her messages. Just ignore her altogether. Women tend to like that kind of behavior. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's right, but they tend to like it. If you don't believe me, here's another girl that's telling you exactly what I just told you.
You gotta stop being addicted to toxic men. I'm Kenise, your favorite dating coach. In the past year, I've helped 3 women go on to get married within a year. You gotta stop being addicted to toxic men. If he's telling you he loves you in the first week, he's probably telling that to everyone else. And this is a part of his game. But maybe if you haven't heard I love you in a long time, you'll be a sucker for it. And you don't want to fall prey to a predator. So don't get got, because when he gets what he wants, he's only gonna want that from you. Soon the dates are gonna turn into only that. And that's not what you want. You want to be a wife. You want to get wifed up. You want to be married. So if you want more of this, sign up to...
I don't want you to sell nothing on my channel, girl, but you did help prove my point. Women are addicted. They are very much addicted to toxic men. And I know. I have a whole series saying why women friend zone men. Because I got friend zoned by a girl because I didn't escalate things sexually fast enough. And some girls, that makes them feel like you're not confident. It's not that I'm not confident. It's just that I'm trying to prove that I don't need no cheeks, that I'm not thirsty. But even if you ain't thirsty, as a man, you got to know that you have to push to smash right away. It's the wildest stuff. Even if you're not thirsty, you got to push for it because it shows desire and it shows that you're not going to sit around and wait. Right? Anyway, so here's another girl explaining that, hey, you girls like toxic men. And now we have 3 different women saying it, so let's see what she has to say.
Things that make women mad as hell, but attached to you as well. And this only goes for situationships. Why am I saying this? Because I'm bored as hell, and if you choose these techniques, if you want to be a bad person, that's what you're doing. But I would just say it because women will be able to relate to me, and then guys are going to be like, what? I did that and I didn't notice that, like, that's what it's doing. Flirting with other women. Drives me insane. I personally haven't went through this, but she's mad at you because it's all like, dude, like, you're supposed to be flirting with me. And the next thing is she's going to be wondering why you're flirting with other women when you have her. The next thing is talking about your ex doing you wrong. It's so infuriating and it doesn't show, but hearing about another woman hurting you, her. Things that make women mad as hell, but attached to you as well.
Wait, I never heard that before. A woman treating you bad makes you, I don't know. I usually tell people don't really kiss and tell about your past, because women nowadays will decide that they don't want to talk to you based on how you treated your ex. And it could be anything. right? Anything. You could say anything. Most girls are going to be on your ex's side. You could say, hey, I'm not with this girl anymore because she messed up. She's going to think that you messed up or how you handled the situation incorrectly, okay? So the toxic trait is not to talk about your past. Don't do it. Only good guys talk about their past. Now, I have all these girls that are saying that. What about a guy? Does any guys out there been toxic before and had success? This guy's one of them. So he's going to tell you why he is acting toxic now and he ain't going to be a gentleman no more with women because it doesn't work. It just doesn't.
See, this why dudes don't like being nice no more. Cause last time I was dealing with a girl I was trying to be all nice and sweet. And I started feeling like she thought I was a little lame or something, so she wouldn't come on in, right? So after a couple of weeks of this, I hit one of them points where I'm like, man, whatever, I'm just finna go crazy. And if she cut me out, she cut me out. So she takes me up like, what's up? I'm like, bro, what you on? I'm trying to go crazy tonight. If you ain't on that, bro, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So after I say that, I see the 3 dots. And I'm like, bro, I done crashed out. It's over with. She say, LMAOOOOOWYA. So I say, OTW? You know how bad I've been wanting it? You know how bad? And that's all it took? And I'm out here trying to be nice and wait it out? My boy told me a long time ago, bro, you gotta wait it out. But that wasn't helping me. I had to let these folks know. Like, I won't do this. So that's why. You know, we can still be nice to you, but sometimes you gotta just, bro, this what's going on, baby. This what I'm on. What's up with it? Y'all respect that. Okay. See, this why I do.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I could tell you so many stories, but let me tell you one. Or let me just sum it up like this. Most of the girls I had serious relationships with, and I mean, if not all, most. I can't think of one that hasn't been this way, but let's just say most. Okay? I've smashed them right away. I didn't wait months. I didn't wait weeks. I'm not saying I smashed them the first day. I'm not even saying I smashed them the second date. But I'm just trying to say if we did have 3 dates, it wasn't that long before I was clapping cheeks. And after I started clapping cheeks, I started clapping cheeks regularly. Now, I say this because so many girls are going to make it seem like, oh, be the nice guy, wait, even though I'm not a virgin, wait till marriage, do this. And I should go along with this because I thought to myself, I got to this point where it's like, all right, I've been with so many women in my life now, like, just seeing another butthole ain't gonna do for me. I really just want the companionship. I want a girl to be around. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody do life with, do stuff with, go out. If I want to try a restaurant, I got a shorty to try a restaurant with. You know what I'm saying? If I'm tired at night and I want to be laid up next to something warm, I'm laid up next to something warm. You know what I'm saying? But I've realized that even if you ain't want no cheeks, you gotta understand a toxic man, he don't wait for no cheeks. Under no circumstance. If you not clucking right now, get the cluck on. Straight like that. Okay? And men, we understand this. And he been through it. I've been through it. Okay? But women, you know, they got to a point now where they're telling other women like, hey, look, you know, don't you be crashing out over a man because he's toxic. Okay? Keep it PG. Know what to do when a toxic man plays you. So she going to try to school you ladies on what to do when you get played by the toxic man that's inevitably going to play you. Inevitably.
A lot of women really need to understand and stop being delusional on how to deal with men online. Exposing him is not the move. Crashing out online definitely isn't the move. And the absolute hell no is defending a man who wouldn't defend you even behind closed doors. A lot of y'all, especially when you're dealing with men who are successful, attractive, pretty much a womanizer, move like Chloe Bailey. That situation between her and Burna Boy, she's not sitting here going back and forth with other women about him, crashing out about him, getting in her feelings. Even if she is in her feelings behind closed doors and she's venting to her girlfriends, that's another thing. That's private. But online, especially about a man that you knew was pretty much what he was, is like, now some of y'all actually thought that relationship was real, are complete idiots. Like, let's not be that damn obtuse. Especially a celebrity man that has the track record like Future. Come on now, let's be for real. Speaking of Future, like this woman that's going viral on TikTok, Gorgeous Doll, I believe. How many dolls we need? It's only one, Cash Doll. But she's sitting here pretty much, let's just really keep it a bean. She's upset. This is from what I'm getting, that Future is not claiming her or moving the way she wants him to move by pretty much acknowledging her like he did Sierra or Dez or Lori Harvey. She doesn't want to be, oh, I'm just one of Future's girls. And a lot of y'all that's sitting here gassing her head up are a bit young, but for the grown women that's thinking that, oh, because he answered the phone on one ring and said, oh, I don't know you, oh, he loves her. What? See, a lot of women like her, even everyday women where a few men get trick on women, y'all are not used to either getting tricked on or you feel like you're not worthy due to low self-esteem of a man providing for you, even if it is a surface level, superficial, transactional relationship. You feel like you have to acknowledge that you're getting tricked on, and this is why y'all trick yourself out of your spot, because you talk too much. You don't think other men from the industry are not going to be looking at her like, I got to be mindful of how I deal with her because she do too much. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that certain men cannot get, or women cannot get a man riled up emotionally, but I don't think this was emotions. I think this was a pure ego. Not even half and half, just straight ego, and he likes to chase the thrill, the drama of everything. He wasn't old when you was having sex with him, so why is he old now? Because you're not getting the attention that you want. Be quiet. A lot of women...
You see? So, look, if you're going to talk to a toxic man, you got support groups online that's going to help you, okay? Like, yeah, hook up with him. We know it in a real relationship. Okay, and then when he throw you to the side of the curb like everybody else, don't crash out. Okay, so women, they're just assuming we know you're going to talk to a toxic man. We know. You don't know the toxic man playbook. They're trying to tell you the toxic man playbook, okay? And she's not the only one. She is not the only one. She's not the only one. There's more girls. Because y'all don't understand how good of a student I am. See, I'm a good student. This is why I'm good at these type of videos. Because I could go looking for the answers. I had this title in my mind, this idea, this subject today. Like, man, you know, women really love toxic and abusive men. They really do. Like, I realize that I have to be toxic. I have to be. I have to focus on my goals. I got to cut girls off. It got to be MOB. Money over the business. You know what I'm saying? Money over biatches, straight up like that. Okay? Money on my mind, money on my mind. Anyway, we're going to get into what she has to say, then we're going to respond to it.
A message to girls who like toxic men. Hi darlings, it's your girl Queen Latifah, and on today's episode, I'm going to be telling you something that you need to hear. Girlies, if you are the type that you like a toxic guy, you like bad boys, you like the ones who stress you, who are not available, who are not always there, who act crazy towards you, who acts mean towards you, who's brutal, who likes to hit you, who likes to scream at you, who likes to shout and be violent. I just want to let you know, my darling, that now we're ready. Your head, something they wrong with you, something they wrong with you, something they worry you. I just want to let you know that where they buried your placenta in the village, they found, your village people have found it, and they've taken it to the Congo to do work against you. Growing up, I used to feel like, oh, that's what I like bad boys, I like me a bad boy, I like me a bad boy. I later got to realize that I liked me a bad boy, because at that time, that was what came my way. That was what I experienced. It was a bad boy that I was with. It was a bad boy was the first, love to come into my life that soothed me. So I felt like this is how it should be. If it's not like this, it's not love. So when you meet the good boys, you'll be like, oh no, this one is boring. Oh no, this one, nah. Well done, no. Continue. I hope you know STD is real. I hope you know mental health. There's something called mental health, deterioration of mental health. I hope you know that. I hope you know there is something called anxiety disorder. I hope you know that people have died from being with toxic partners. There is nothing like you love a bad boy. What do you love about? Let me tell you something. Bad boys are just group of men who have low self-esteem. Who
Bad boy, group of men. Bad boy. Will you bury your placenta? I think it's so funny listening to people that try to speak with an American accent and they speak English and it's like, I know you're from another country, okay? You guys can't talk this American shit like we can talk this American shit. I don't even think the British, I don't even think y'all talk English as good as we talk English, okay? This American thing, if you're going to do this entertainment thing, you're going to do this content creation thing, okay? You got to make room. You got to make room for the idea that you can't compete with these Americans, man. Shout out to her, though. Anyway, I think what she said that, though, was pretty interesting. She was trying to tell you that, look, these men have low self-esteem. And you know what? I think they do. I'm going to keep it real with you. The reason why I was so good at being toxic back in the day, because I was beta, dog. That's why. So it was easy for me to love bomb a girl. It was easy for me to give a girl all my attention. It was easy for me to chase a girl. All that nonsense. It was easy to do all that stuff and play the chase game. Oh, I'm ignoring you, you ignore me, and da and fights and stuff like that. Nowadays, since I'm not beta, since I'm on my alpha-ish, I know for a fact I don't appeal to women the same way I used to, yo. And part of me thinks about it, to really be toxic, to fully be toxic, you gotta be broke. You're not really toxic unless a girl could turn around and say, man, why was I messing with your broke ass anyway? She gotta be, to be toxic, you can't be a guy, a girl say, you know what, I really want to be with him again. You can't be that guy. You gotta be a guy where she feels so stupid for talking to you in the beginning. Like, why did I even talk to him? He's a loser. Like, those guys that girls will tell you, oh, he a loser, he this, everything's wrong. He'll mention everything's wrong with them after they're done with each other. But she didn't know none of this stuff when they first started talking, right? She didn't know none of this stuff, okay? Now, I got a brown-skinned brother. He gonna break it down, okay? He gonna tell you why women like toxic men, okay? He gonna offer something we ain't talk about, and after he done, we gonna respond to it.
Why you love toxic men? Number one, they barely show interest in you, which makes you more interested in them. There's nothing more that you hate than a guy who will crawl on glass just to get a sniff of your seat. Number two, he's very inconsistent. It makes you think about him more because you're wondering, why are you so inconsistent? What are you doing? Why aren't you messaging me? Who are you messaging instead? Where are you? Who are you hanging out with? All of that is thought and brain power put towards the person, which means you think about him more. Number three, you go down rabbit holes trying to figure out which girl he's talking to. Even though you'd hate finding out that he actually has another girl, you get a rush of excitement looking through everything and becoming an FBI agent to put two and two together, and it's like a puzzle little game, all focused on one man. The last and most important point, his toxicity makes other women think about him, makes other women wonder why he's being inconsistent, which makes other women chase after him and be more attracted to him, which you see, and then you're like, why are women chasing after you? Why does everybody want you? Why are people fighting over you? Which makes you even more attracted to that man.
Curiosity killed the cat, and it also killed the pussy. Okay, women love to try to figure out why how come all these girls want you? You know the easiest way to be toxic with women is to not want women and genuinely mean it. And the easiest way to not want women and genuinely mean it, when you already got a girl. Like, being toxic when you're in a relationship with another girl is, I'm trying to tell you, bro, the kind of swagger you got as a man when you already getting buns and heads and tails regularly, when you regularly getting heads and tails, your swagger's different. Girls could tell that you don't give a F about them. They could just get the F from you. Right? I remember this one time where I was talking to this girl. And I didn't really want to be with her. I really wanted to just crack it that day. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I met her online. I'm like, yo, let's meet up at the bar. She came with. All right, let's do it. We started drinking. Boom. Cool. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't really drink that much. You know what I'm saying? And we were at Rutgers. You know, Rutgers got like if you know like Rutgers, they got like a lot of streets, you know, that are just like around the college, around the campus, that's just like bars everywhere, you know, Knights Pub, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of all the Old Queens, just a bunch. There's a bunch of little bars in that area, whatever. Anyway, we went to one of these little bars. We were drinking or whatever. All right, boom. Just met the girl. All right. All right, we leave now. All right, cool. We walking. Now, Rutgers is a walkable campus, so we could walk, talk, you know what I'm saying? Smoke. I think I might have been even smoking cigarettes at the time. Maybe even just for fun. Okay? This is way before. Was I plant-based at the time? Now, I don't think I was smoking cigarettes then. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, because drinking and smoking cigarettes kind of go hand in hand. Even if you don't smoke cigarettes, you kind of just smoke a cigarette when you're drunk. Kind of sobers you up. We walk into the campus. I was like, yo, let's go back to my car. After we walk for a little bit, we go back to my car. Man, we start hooking up hardcore. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So we in the back seat of my car. I had a Jetta at the time, I think. Yeah, I had a Jetta. We're sitting in the back seat of my Jetta, yo. Right? It's dark, but I remember sitting in the back seat and her head was just bobbing up and down, and I was looking out and I seen dudes walk by and they just kept walking. They didn't say anything. Anyway, while her head's bobbing up and down, she just stops. She takes the rascal out of her mouth and she's like, "You're probably never gonna talk to me ever again." That's what she literally stopped and said that. You're just like, "You're probably never gonna talk to me ever again." I was so mind blown. Because I don't know if she had like telekinesis, she could like read my mind, but no cap, that's kind of exactly what I was thinking. I'm not even going to front with you, y'all. So in just complete shock, I just stayed quiet. I was like, I didn't say nothing. Right? A couple seconds go by, she's like, head went right back, bobbing up and down. Anyway, clapped those cheeks. Oh my God. I won't lie, I couldn't last that long. That shit was... Right, but the whole point I'm trying to say is this girl stopped mid-suck to come up for air and look at me and say, "I know you're probably never going to talk to me again." And we've never smashed at that point. It was just hooking up, making out, and a little bit ahead. And I didn't say nothing out of complete shock. And she went back and continued and finished the job. And then we smashed. And I'm saying that to say, bro, I did not deserve any of that. I just literally showed up. We drank a little bit. We hung out a little bit. And I've never seen that girl ever again. So she was right. She knows how to predict the future. Anyway, so we have more women that are saying, all right, women, you are obsessed with toxic men. I'm going to explain why. And something really wrong with you. Okay, so I'm going to let her say it. And then we're going to respond to it.
Women will deny this, but I promise you the reason that they inherently pick toxic men is because they do not know how to just sit in peace. When a woman says that a man doesn't believe in peace, it's because she doesn't know how to be peace. These are likely the same types of women that will say, if I'm too much, go find less, and it's because she absolutely is too much. Women will always pick a toxic man over a healthy relationship because a toxic relationship gets her so much more attention than a healthy relationship. In fact, she gets to play victim, she gets to deflect blame, and she also never has to look in the mirror for ever being the problem. It's no wonder that women will always say that men can change for the right woman. If that's true, then why is it that as soon as a man doesn't change for her, she's in denial about ever being the right person to begin with? When the relationship is good, all of a sudden men can change. But if the relationship goes south, then all of a sudden men can't change and they're pieces of shit and they're narcissistic. And women will always deny this, but they love the inconsistency of a toxic man. They love the nonchalant attitude. They love the highs and lows of, inconsistent communication. Because without it, they don't actually know who they are as a person. This is why they watch all the drama TV shows. This is why they have drama with their friends. This is why they have drama in the workplace. Most women have zero drama in their lives. They're always going to thrive off some kind of drama. And the only way to create that is by dating a toxic man. This is also why women will deny that a man can change, because a man changing means that she would actually have to look in the mirror for the type of chaos and problems that she's creating herself, and she can no longer deflect blame, and she'd actually have to take accountability. Let's be so for real. The other reason why women love toxic men is because they want to be the woman that can change him. Even though deep down she knows damn well she's not going to be the one to change him. It's going to be some random girl down the street that he eventually leaves her for. The crazy part about all of this is women will deny the fact that men can change rather than admitting to themselves that they were the wrong woman to begin with. Because like I said, if women truly believe that men can change for the right woman and that man doesn't change for her, then that means that she's not the one. And that's harder to admit than actually admitting that men can change. Okay, bye. Men will deny this.
Damn. He would change for the right woman. So if he didn't change for you, you're not the right woman. I didn't say so. The white lady said so. And I happen to agree with her. Okay? Look, I think it's funny that, we make all these statements and we don't look at them as a whole. And she kind of laid them out. Look at all the things we say. None of them add up. Like I remember a girl would say, "Oh, I made you better for the next woman." How'd you make me better? So if you made me better for the next woman, then that means you weren't the best woman because I had to leave you and get somebody better. But what they're really trying to say is I'm going through all this nonsense with you, but eventually you're going to snap out of this. And they're kind of admitting that they're the problem. And she said it too. Women don't have any drama in their lives. That's why they need drama. I won't lie. I've seen so many women create drama with me out of thin air. In my mind, I'm like, I don't have no issues with you. But you realize that it's them. It's not you. It's never really you. I'm going to keep it real. A lot of men, they're in their mind like, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I'm a short king. I'm ugly. I'm this. I'm that. You don't understand that even if you were a catch, a Chad, whatever you want to call him, even if you were him, even if you were that guy, you would still have drama with, bro, I still have drama with women till this day. Okay? To a fool, they can't see. To a fool, something's valuable is worthless. And something's worthless is valuable. That's how fools see the world, right? They look at valuable things that has no value to them. They look at worthless things that has all the value to them. How many people spend all their time just watching TV and letting life go by and they're not working on anything? They're not competing to be one of the best at something. You can't be the best at everything, but you could be the best at something. This is why you got to believe in God. Because if you believe in God, you believe the fact that you could work at something and become great. I'm not saying everything, but something. Okay, we're all born with special gifts from God, literally. You can say I got the gift of gab, I can talk. I literally do these shows unscripted, and I've made over 500 videos because I'm just that resilient. But I've also had success with it. But there's things that I failed. I failed being a real estate agent, if you will. Right? I spent 3 years trying to be a real estate agent, made less money than I did on YouTube in the last 2 months. In 3 years. And in 3 years of being a real estate agent, I made less money than I did in the last 2 months of being a YouTuber. Go figure that out. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And you don't need no license to make YouTube videos, but you need a license to sell real estate. Go figure that out, okay? And you got to take a test too. Go figure that out. Anyway, I said that to say that women, y'all can actually try to become something. Y'all don't have to be these women who just, y'all look for pleasure in chaos. And you don't know how to sit down and be still and be peaceful. Right? And ain't nothing better than a peaceful woman, y'all. I swear, peaceful women are just like, they're like everything. They're like everything. Anyway, here's another gentleman that, look, and I brought so many diverse group of people to prove this point. You gotta believe what I'm saying is true. Just think about that, okay? We're gonna let him share his views, and then we're gonna respond.
Girls always complain about the toxic guy. He broke my heart. I keep going back to him. It's your fault. And I'll tell you what about toxic. For some reason, in psychology, women tend to gravitate towards toxic men more. And I'll tell you why. Because when the guy's toxic, it's kind of like a roller coaster of emotions that you have to deal with in the relationship. He doesn't text you when he gets home. He does things, he's not supposed to, but he's kind of good to you at the same time. So, the fact that he's giving you the good side of him and also he's not perfect keeps you on your toes. It keeps your emotions going crazy. You're emotional. If the guy was too perfect, let's be real, you would get bored. And that's why women always go back to the toxic man. And this is the hard truth, honestly.
Yeah, you keep them on their toes by trying to guess what you're about to do next. The worst thing you could do for a woman in her own eyes is like her. That's like literally the worst thing you could do is actually like a girl. That's what I keep trying to tell people in my audience, and I keep trying to tell you guys, you have to let women chase you because that's the best. They could only treat you the best if they feel like it's their own idea. A lot of women don't want to submit to your submit to your desires, they'd much rather prefer if you submit to their desires, right? So they got a desire to hook up with you, and you got to submit to their desire to hook up with you, not the opposite way around. You can't be going around like, oh, I like you, girl. That means so now you got to submit to what I want. They don't like that. Women don't like that. Women prefer that. I'm telling you. Right? And I know a lot of guys never been chased before in their life, so they don't understand what I'm talking about. But take it from a man that's been chased many times. Not once, not twice, many times. My whole life. Literally my whole life. Anyway, we have another girl, okay, who, by the way, she's stitched this first girl here, and she has something to say about toxic women. I'm going to play it, and then you guys can respond.
You only have a certain number of years where you're in your prime. Okay, being that your time then is limited.
Being that your time is limited, you don't have time for their shit. Women have the bigger toll as the sex that reproduces, as the sex that has periods, as the sex that does all that malarkey. If you've had a child, you will leave a comment and you will agree with me that it's true. So your time is more precious. Your biology is more precious. Everything about you is more precious. So when he's talking to you about this, that, wasting time, yeah, well, I expire at 35, as the previous creator said. So let's hustle. What's happening? You're not sure? Don't need it. You don't want to make this happen? Don't want you. We're not moving forward? Then move out the way. Because they agree with it. They understand what they're talking about. So let's play that game. If it's like that, if my time is limited, if my biology is limited, you guys need to be ruthless in your 20s. Honestly, ladies, you need to be ruthless.
Only have a certain.
And what she means by ruthless, she don't mean by being a hoe. She don't mean by being a 304 sleeping around. She means use your time wisely. And she got a ring on her finger. Can you see it? Can you see it? Subtle flex. Just subtly flexing the ring. You feel me? Subtly. Now, I say this to say because a lot of women, y'all don't get it. Y'all think that y'all could spend your whole life dealing with toxic men. And look, men, we will adapt. I will, if y'all need me to be toxic, to clap your cheeks. When I'm ready to clap some cheeks, I'm ready to show up toxic, okay? So I'm cooperating, okay? Because y'all the gatekeepers to Punani. Y'all could decide, men, y'all could unilaterally decide we ain't giving men no more Punani. And we will be stuck with that, okay? So I understand that, I got to submit to y'all for this. But you know what you got to submit to us for? Marriage. That ring that she got right there, yeah, she had to submit to a man for it. But what she's trying to say is that she didn't let toxic dudes waste her life, pump and dump her, kick her to the side of the road. She didn't let that happen. Because she knew that that guy was just going to be wasting her time away while improving his life. See, when I'm in my 20s and my 30s, clapping cheeks, I could do that the whole time, close my eyes, not pay attention to nothing, not focus on nothing, and come around in my 40s and just evolve. Women, y'all can't just turn around, throw away your 20s and 30s around, and then evolve in your 40s. It's not going to happen. It happens for some women. I'm not saying no women has kids in their 40s. I know some. I even trained some. I even trained women who had kids in their 40s. Okay, but they're rare. They're rare. Are there women that get married in their 40s and their 50s for the first time? Yes, but they're rare. They're not the norm. I'm saying that because most of y'all are not exceptional, so you're not going to do the exceptional thing because exceptional work is too hard for a mediocre person. Y'all not going to take time to master the thing so you can do the thing whenever you want to do the thing. There's a phrase I really like. They say rookies practice till they get something right. Professionals practice till they don't get it wrong. So they can't get it wrong. Right? So I'm going to say it again. Rookies practice till they get something right. Or professionals practice till they can't get it wrong. Different mindset. Anyway, I got one more video for you guys. Another girl, she's telling y'all how it really is. You know what I'm saying? And, I think she kind of brings this whole thing home. I really do. I think she kind of sums it up. And I'm going to leave y'all with this last message from this lady. We're going to respond and we're going to wrap this up.
Some women just love the toxicity. They love toxic man. They love abusive relationships. They love nasty, horrible, evil men. When a girl comes to me and says they want to get married and their partner is evil, I do not even entertain the conversation. I will not
spend any time listening to you. Zero. Because you are the problem. Your other half is not the problem. You are the problem. Because when you truly love yourself, you want a man who loves you. You don't chase red flags when you love yourself. When you chase red flags, it's because you have no self-esteem. You have no confidence. You hate yourself. If you hate yourself, you want a man who also hates you because it adds to the toxicity. It's fun. It's exciting. You're getting constantly in arguments. Way! I don't want that. I didn't want that when I found my husband. I don't want to argue with a man. I don't want to argue with a boy. I wanted to be loved. And that's how I knew I wanted to get married. Some women...
Let me tell you something, man. Shout out to another married woman flexing on you hoes. Another married woman flexing on you hoes. Just straight up flexing. Flexing, just straight up just putting rings in your face. You could just see bling bling on the thing. Just flexing on you, okay? Just so subtly. You feel me? Just so subtly. Anyway, look. This is my point about this. She said something, I think I agree with it, and other people might have made this point, but I'm going to make this point right now. Women like toxic men because they have low self-esteem. Gentlemen, I want you to understand this. Women like toxic men because they have low self-esteem. They want a man that's going to treat them as poorly as they feel about themselves. Okay? Me being a man with high self-esteem, I understand that I actually repel all low self-esteem women. I repel them so hard. They're looking for a project. They're looking for someone to work on to make them feel better about themselves. You know what makes women feel better about themselves? When they're in control of you. That makes them feel better about themselves, right? Especially if they have low self-esteem. Low self-esteem women love control. Confident women could relinquish control to her man because she understands what's really going on. So you might be a man who you're struggling with women right now. You could be in your 40s, you could be in your 50s. You're struggling with women right now because every woman you meet has low self-esteem. And when they meet you, they realize that you don't have that low self-esteem. So they kick you to the curb. But then they'll spend 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a relationship with a loser. They'll get online, complain about it, and make it seem to us that we're just oblivious to the fact that they chose them. See, your partner is a reflection of you. If I have high self-esteem and I'm dating a girl, she's supposed to reflect that. But a lot of girls, if they can't reflect that, they would never want to date someone like me. My confidence is too high. It's going to get in the way, right? It's going to get in the way. They'd rather date someone that's a coward, just like they are. A lot of women are punks. A lot of women are straight up punks. They think they're tough. They act so tough, but they never really been in a fight, no scrap with no woman. They never really got socked in the face. Right? They never really lost blood. See, when you been through stuff, you understand that man, we understand, like, you go places, man, we understand that, things can go left easy. So we walk in peace amongst each other because we understand what it come with. But a lot of women, they don't understand this. This is why they're knuckleheads, they're toxic, they're abusive, because they're cowards. And you know who they like? They like cowardice men too. So they like to date a man who they could bully around, make him do what they want to do. I know my sister bullies the hell out of her husband, and I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And he takes it well. He brushes her off. I get it. But guess what? A confident man ain't brushing your nonsense off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not confident. He actually has a skill I don't have. I don't have a skill to just be letting people get all wild and keep dating them. I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He treats my sister right. I'm sure they got their issues, but he could handle her. Okay. But outside of him, a lot of men don't. I mean, like I can never be with someone like that because I'm gonna have to correct you. I'm gonna make you stop. I'm not gonna live and tiptoe around in a relationship with an unruly woman. Hell no. I don't care. There's no booty in the world. There's no face in the world that's dope enough, attractive enough, exciting enough, enticing enough for me to submit to a woman and her chaos. Absolutely not. You gotta be bugging. You bugging. So I say this to all the future women that might date me and see this video. If you want to control me, baby, it won't work. It won't work. Okay? I had girls in my DMs trying to fight with me. It won't work. Don't watch my videos, see my Instagram handle, come DM me and try to fight with me and expect me to be any different than I am on these videos. Some women, I don't know, they got to check themselves. I had a girl just come out and she started guns blazing. And in my mind, I'm like, what do you expect to happen in this scenario? I told her straight up, like, you are very creepy. And then she started to backtrack. Oh, I'm creepy? What? How am I creepy? Yeah. Then I just left her on red. I don't know you. I don't know you. Don't be in my DMs. All my fellas in my DMs, and they want advice, and they want help with this, and they want a consultation. I welcome that. We can do that. In fact, I'm starting a Patreon. If you really rock with me, I'm starting a Patreon. You guys make sure y'all subscribe to that. It's going to be up today because I put a video up today that I can't even show you guys because it got copyrighted and all of the BS. And it's annoying making, I want to make videos other than just TikTok videos, but TikTok is the easiest one to not get copyrighted on. It just is what it is. You know, just the method of things now. But I made a long video, 40-minute video. I can't even put out because all the copyrights. But because it's too hot for YouTube, I'm going to put it on my Patreon. So if you guys rock with me, my Patreon is going to have the videos that are too hot for YouTube. In fact, I'm going to start making videos specifically for the Patreon so I don't have to worry about the cursing. All the stuff you guys don't realize I don't do because I'm trying to keep my stuff monetizable. I ain't like them goofies out here in the red pill space that be fumbling the bag. No, I'm trying to get the bag. I ain't trying to fumble the bag. So I do what I need to do to comply with YouTube. But I won't lie, like, sometimes I want to make content and be more raw with you guys. So if you rock with that, please subscribe to my Patreon. I really appreciate you. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.